All right, Saturday, August 10th, 2024. I'm going to show you how to do a top stitch. Once you get your cover sewn up, you want to put that top stitch on there with a little top stitch right along there. It's kind of like a French seam, but it's a half French seam. And the reason you do this is because with this overlapped like that and sewn back down, that's a really good seal on that, so water isn't going to get through that. It's really good on a boat. And it's a lot better than piping. I hate piping. Piping is a little piece of, well, piping is between there so that all the water runs off, hits the piping, runs down in, and starts seeping into your top. So this is how you do a top stitch. Make sure you get it on the right side here, because you want your top stitch on your flat piece. You don't want it on your quilted piece. You want it on the side. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to run the presser foot so this seam is like right off the inside edge, and you're probably not going to be able to see any of this. I'll give you a close-up here in a second. Try to. But I got to get this lined up in the machine. And again, you want to start in from the end, go back a little bit. Now, you got to sometimes choke up on this thread, hold that to get, so there we go. Now, we're going to go back, put our lock stitches in there, just a couple stitches, that's all. Now we're going to start forward, and here I'm going to show you, that's how you want your presser foot, just a little bit on the inside of that, so you got, it's a quarter inch or just a tiny bit less than a quarter inch. Let me see if that'll, probably all out of focus now, but at least you got to see what I'm doing. So now you're going to pull and stretch and keep this perfectly flat. Perfect! Perfect like Dan. We had this friend one time, I've told the story before probably, so Dan had a motorcycle, and Dan was OCD, so he would have his clutch adjusted or whatever it was, his brake. He'd come up and touch his brake pedal. Oh my God, damn it. He'd start throwing stuff all over the place. I had that set perfect. I'll never get it that good again. And we would look at each other like, are you serious? And damn, he would just go off the rails. He'd have to go in his room and slam the door and stay in there for like 2 or 3 days. So I'm not that OCD. I channel it. I kind of push it. Try to do this for you, for the viewers, for YouTube. I do this. It's just an act. I'm just trying to do fast, quick, short videos, sharing some of my stuff, helping others. My first channel on YouTube was Sewing Machine Heaven. You can still find it. How does a sewing machine work? That's me. I can't get to that account anymore. But it was called Learn by Viewing, was my kind of moniker or thing. So yeah, after you do this a few million times, it gets a little easier, actually. You can talk and sew at the same time. So you're going to come along. Now you got to make sure that rides around the corners and stays really even. It's not something you can just rip through. You got to, oh, and by all means, check your bobbin before you start. You want to know if you run out of thread in the middle of this stitch, you're going to have 2 or 3 minutes of, and I can show you how to do it, but you don't want to do it. Go back and restart your top stitch. There you go. There's, yeah, still haven't found those. Ow! You can cut the end of your finger off with something like this really quick. I did it like 3 times one day. That's a joke. I did it 3 times, but not all in the same day. So yeah, when you're cutting along and your finger's behind there, I've cut the end of that finger off like 3 times, like wham, like that. Oh my God. So if, like, next time you cut it though, it doesn't hurt because all the nerve damage. It'd be nice if I had a remote. I used to have a Sony TRD 250, 350, something like that. Had a little remote control so you could set up the tripod and you could start, pause, control right from the thing. Okay, so we're going to come in. We're doing 2 of these for you today just to show. And again, make sure you're on the outside. Make sure that presser foot's in the right spot, and make sure you don't pull your thread out. You gotta lock that in because your uptake bar is down. And Teflon threads kind of hard to hold with your thumbnail. Okay, we got it. And I know I've got a full bobbin in here because I just ran it out yesterday. All right, so now we're gonna come in, insert your own music here. I can't play any music, even if I give credit for the music. YouTube will ban me instantly. So the instant ban from YouTube is kind of, I don't know, prejudice in a lot of ways, because I give credit to whoever. I really like the Gary Glitter G Band rock and roll, so I can sing for you. My number one request, though, for singing is to shut the hell up. That's a joke. People don't get my jokes either. I scare people for some reason. I don't know why. All right, so this is a really fast top stitch video. And yes, by all means, if you can do something good, make a video, share it. Don't just go into comments and like ridicule it. Oh, I can do that better. I can do that faster. My plants look better. I can grow in full sun. I can do everything that you say you can't, or it's hard. This is hard. Oh, it looks easy. I can do that better than you. Get a machine, start sewing, make some videos. Hey, I've been doing this for 13 years plus on YouTube, and I'm still shadow banned. I don't know why they don't like me. And a little back stitch on the end. Oops. Use the big dangerous scissors. Be careful. And so that is what a top stitch looks like when you're done. Isn't that nice? And again, that's folded over, lap back under, then stitched together, so there's no way water's going to get through that. August 10th, 2024. Cut. Saturday.